Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Comic Book Bob, and I just did my review on the Avengers trailer. Talked about how much I liked it, and I also talked in there about why I thought it was a better trailer than the Captain Marvel trailer. So I'm going to elaborate on that. I'm actually going to look at both the Captain Marvel trailers. I'm going to talk about what I liked about them, what I didn't like about them, and why I think a lot of people are just kind of feeling lukewarm to this movie. So I'm not going to do the audio on these. I don't want to. Well, yeah, we'll do the audio. Why not? Screw it. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's take a look at this trailer, and we'll talk about the elements of it. It's loud. Okay. So obviously this is in the 90s. That's one right off the bat. When you're doing something where it takes place in the past, that can be problematic. Now this isn't that far into the past, so it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. But it is going to look a little weird, and for some people that might put them off a little bit. But I'm old enough. I'm actually old enough to remember Blockbuster, which is kind of sad.
War is a universal language.
Okay.
I know a renegade soldier when I see one. Never occurred to me that one might come from above. Space invasion, big car chase. Truth be told, I was ready to hang it up till I met you today.
It's a good job.
So you're not from around here.
It's hard to explain.
Okay, right there, a lot of the language they're using is just really, really cliche. It's like, it's hard to explain. You wouldn't understand. You know, it's, it's not terrible, but it's a little cringy.
I keep having these memories. I see flashes. I think I had a life here. But I can't tell if it's real.
We have no idea what threats are out there. We can't do this alone. We need you.
I'm not what you think I am.
And more cliched dialogue. Okay, so right off the bat, this is a very, I actually said this when I was talking to some people, it's a very safe trailer. And you would think, given how big Wonder Woman was for DC, and since this is the first female-led Marvel film, you would think they would really want to go all out. Now, I understand not wanting to show the best parts of the movie. That's different, but you really would think that they would really just want to put their best foot forward, and they didn't. This trailer felt like that's the best word I could come up with. The trailer felt safe. It felt kind of static. It just felt there wasn't a lot of energy in it. And there were a lot of concerns going into this with Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. There were other people that thought that there were other actresses that were better. And just given from the dialogue that we hear, and we have to remember as well, guys, you know, me playing devil's advocate, this is not the finished movie. Okay, I'm sure this movie's not going to suck. All right, this movie's not going to be a complete suckfest. All right, it's Marvel. Even the worst movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe have been okay. You know, Iron Man 3 was still it was an okay movie. Yeah, it was a huge letdown. There was a lot of problems with it. But you put it up against 90% of the other movies that are out, that are put out, it's better than at least half of them. Same thing with the first two Thor movies. They're not great, but they're okay. This movie's at least going to be okay. It's at least going to be okay. The dialogue that we heard from this, is it cringy? Is it a little cringy? Yeah, it's a little on the cringy side. Is Brie Larson's acting seem very wooden? Yeah, it seems very wooden. We want our characters to emote. These are comic book characters. They're supposed to be very emotional. And I know there was a lot of people that were upset. They're saying, "Well, why doesn't she smile?" And of course, the ultra feminists were like, "You wouldn't ask it of a guy." Like, yeah, we would. I mean, go back in all the years when you used to make fun of Keanu Reeves for basically seeming like he was a block of wood. It's not a gender thing. It's a, can you move us thing. And this trailer did not move anybody at all. All right, so let's kill this, and we'll go to this one, which is the new one. And I will say right off the bat, this one was better than the first one. It was better.
So, Skrulls are the bad guys. And you're a Kree, a race of noble warriors.
Heroes. Noble warrior heroes.
So we get a little more emotion from her. She's not quite the block of wood anymore. She's balsa wood.
Your life began the day it nearly ended. We found you. With no memory, we made you.
So, one thing right here. This is a very generic, futuristic world here. Now, given what we know about if you know anything about the Kree, they are kind of like this warrior caste race kind of thing. So, there's not going to be a whole lot of like really crazy architecture and stuff if you come from a society like that. But still, you could make it look a little. This is very geometric. This is very static. I don't know. To me, this just screams boring.
We made you one of us, so you could live longer.
So I like Annette Bening. I'm wondering, like, I'm getting Nova Prime feelings from her on this. Like she's basically just gonna be there. She's not gonna play a big part in this. Glenn Close as Nova Prime was kind of a waste. Nova Prime she was just basically there. So it's sad to see an actress of her caliber just kind of shoehorned into a movie for reasons.
Stronger, superior.
Now that's one thing right there that I'm like, what? All right, so her energy powers. Now, I know that they do this whole thing in the comic where they call her Captain Sparklefist. But this really looks like it could have been done better, like something a little more dynamic. This just, I don't know. And again, this is incomplete. This probably isn't done. This is incomplete. It'll probably look a little bit different, a little bit better, and who knows. But right here, this just kind of looks kind of, okay. She's got fist ray guns.
You were reborn.
I keep having these memories. Something in my past is the key to all of this.
Again, more cliche dialogue, but
You know how to fly this thing?
We'll see.
That's a yes or no question.
Yes.
And that's another thing that people talk about, the whole, like, people talk about Mary Sue's. They're the hero, guys. Is it kind of cringy? Is it kind of like, oh, okay, you're You're perfect at everything, but they're the hero. You know, you're gonna get a little bit of that at least.
Would you like to know what you really are?
I think I had a life here. What aren't you telling me?
You've come a long way, but you're not as strong as you think.
This war is just the beginning.
I'm not gonna fight your war. I'm gonna end it.
Aren't you the cutest little thing? Aren't you cute? And what's your name, huh?
Fury.
What's you? I'll be back.
Okay, so there's nothing, I'm not seeing anything in this movie that's making me go, holy crap. Again, this is just a trailer. They're probably not showing us everything. Looks like she's doing the whole binary thing here, which is fine, which is cool. I actually like Carol in her binary phase. Part of it, honestly, comes from the fact that what made Carol Danvers a really cool character in the comics, unlike the way she's being portrayed these days in the comics, is that she was a flawed character. She had a lot of demons. But she was tough and she overcame them. And, again, part of it I think is also the whole origin story thing. Origin stories are pretty played out. When they did Avengers Age of Ultron, one of the best things that they did was they introduced Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in that movie, and it was like, okay, here's your origin, and it was literally like that. So that helps. It's just like with Batman. If we see one more movie with Batman's origin, don't get me wrong, Batman's my boy. We see one more origin story with Batman, I'm gonna go postal. So origin stories are tough these days, especially these days. We've had so many of them, and we're just so inundated with it. This is cool. This is a callback to Maria Rambeau, which is interesting. It'd be interesting to see if they do anything with her as far as her powers are concerned. She's actually a pretty interesting character. Typical. So, I mean, I think one of the biggest problems with this movie is that there's no surprises. Just from the trailer, we can pretty much parse out generally everything that's going to happen here. She's obviously some kind of a test pilot or something. This is some kind of experimental craft or with something that she's using. She goes down. She gets found by the Kree. They take her back to their world. They change her, and she becomes quote unquote one of them. But in reality, she's like we know from dealings with the Kree in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that they experiment on people. That's how the Inhumans were created, and we know that's basically what they've done to her. Then they wiped her. Then they screwed with her memory. Made her a warrior, a soldier for them. Maybe the only hook will be that maybe there's something like odd about her, different about her, and that's why they chose her. It's obvious, and like the Skrulls are like, you don't really know what you are. We're gonna we're the bad guys, but you think you're the good guys, but you're actually the bad guys too. Blah blah blah. And then she realizes, hey, they're hiding something from me, and then she's gonna confront the Kree about it. She'll probably repulse their entire invasion. We'll see some more stuff with the Skrulls. And she's going to tell them, I'm not going to fight your war. I'm going to end it. Basically, the war between the Kree and the Skrulls that has spilled over onto Earth. she'll go binary, she'll go like crazy powerful, and then she'll save the day. And I think that's the problem, is that there's no surprises here. There's nothing that's going to make everybody go, oh, I didn't see that coming. That's kind of cool. There's a little thing with Ronan there. It's going to be an interesting little callback with Ronan there. I really wish they hadn't killed that character off. Just beat the character. You don't have to kill him all the time. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, guys, it's not going to suck. It's not going to completely suck. I just don't think it's going to be that great. And considering that this is their first movie with a female lead, you would think that they would really want to push this. You would think that they would really want to like wow people, kind of like the way, I mean, was Wonder Woman a perfect movie? No, but it had a lot of wow factor in it. I mean, yeah, the villain in the end kind of fell flat, but getting there was pretty cool. They did a good job of really hyping people up for it, and they're not doing that with this movie. They're not doing that with Captain Marvel. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not expecting it to be like amazing. I'm not expecting it to be terrible. It's gonna be a passable sign. It's gonna be a passable superhero movie. And hopefully in the future, it'll be better. The character will do better. I'm not impressed with Brie Larson so far, but again, like I said, it's very early. We don't know. I'm usually that guy that kind of reserves judgment until I actually see something. But there's nothing about this that is just wowing me the way that the Avengers Endgame trailer did. But you know what? I could be wrong. You guys, leave me some comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. And yeah, give me some ideas of more content that you guys are interested in. If you like this, if you want more of it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.